Over the recent years, some people asked me about Corpus and how to replicate it inside of Bitwig Studio, and today is the day I want to share a preset with my Patreons that tries to emulate or simulate what Corpus does inside of Bitwig. And here we are in Ableton Live version 11, and we have Corpus here on a kick drum. So without Corpus it sounds like this. And then we bring Corpus in, and you can hear the peaking frequencies, right? Or the peaking resonances. So at its heart, Corpus is basically just a resonator with specific frequencies. And you can change the type here of the resonator by just selecting a different type: beam, marimba, string, membrane, plate, and so on. So just different configurations of resonances. And we can also tweak this here, for instance, with this in-harm parameter. Or change the decay time, which is just the feedback or the resonance. So it rings out a bit longer. We can also detune it. Right? But at its core, it's basically just a resonator. Internally, I don't think they use bandpass filters. I think they use probably some feedback networks for that. And it's made also here by HAAS. And I can show you how this sounds like now in Bitwig here. I have also your kick drum in there. Just a kick drum. The master, there's a peak limiter, okay. And then we put here the Corpus preset on it. And it sounds like this. And this is full wet here. We can also bring in here a bit of the dry signal. We can change the type here, or the resonance. We can also change here the in-harm parameter. Or make it stereo. We can also change here the pitch. So 0 is basically C3, and then you can go from there, maybe 1 octave lower. Mix it in. So you can make basically sounds or use sounds and send it through this preset, and then it sounds like an object, or it sounds like a real thing that is played back inside of a corpus, kind of. That's how it's used. In this preset here, I also use some additional things. You can, for instance, switch on morph, and this changes basically the behavior of this type parameter here. So we can morph now between these different types. Right, so you can have something in between the membrane or the plate or the beam, right? So you can morph between these types. And if you switch this off, you basically switch. Right, so you have like clear, separate things, and morph just morphs between these. And then there's also key track here. So normally when you play different notes on the keyboard, right, it's always the same pitch with key track on. You can play basically notes if you want to. Different type. It's not perfect because, like I said, it's just using bandpass filters basically inside of the grid here. But it gets close. I try to basically get all the right frequencies, the peaking frequencies out of the Ableton Live version into the Corpus device. So it should sound kind of roughly the same. It's not 100% perfect, but it's, yeah, not really possible. If you want to go a bit deeper and you don't want to use a preset, you can always use the so-called object delay here. And this one is also made by AAS. So it's the same company that also does basically here this Corpus device. And it also features here a filter LFO, which we don't need, and a delay in the mixer. And here we can switch between beam, drum head, plate, and string. And then you can also use this. Maybe switch this to plate, drum head. So it's kind of the same sound. If you want to have, you know, 100% the same sound of Corpus inside of Bitwig, you can use object delay. And if you are just happy with my preset, you can just use my preset. And as I said, I put this on my Patreon. You can download it there. And this is also made inside of Bitwig Studio 5.2. So you need the beta version, because it happens to be the case that I had this open yesterday and I made it basically in Bitwig 5.2. So yeah, this is basically Corpus for you. It's just a bunch of resonances that you can tweak here with these parameters. In my opinion, it sounds nice, and you can make sounds more like real things, that sounds like real objects, right? That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a subscription, head over to my Patreon, download the preset, and have some fun and give me feedback if you want to. Thanks for watching, and bye.